Hello, 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 and welcome to Follow Everton. We're live for the pre-match build-up for Brentford versus Everton, of course. And if you're just joining us, there's a countdown to kick off. Would you like to say something? Well, I'm literally live on YouTube. No, I can't see you. Just my partner, she's down there. We're just waiting for the match to start with great excitement. I'm going to run through team news. The big news is Abdoulaye Doucouré is hello, Poppy. Abdoulaye Doucouré is injured or unavailable through illness. Not sure what the reason is, but there's no sign of Doucouré, unfortunately. And that does present some. I was meant to send Corey the link, wasn't I? Does present a bit of worry because the strength in depth does seem quite limited for this match. We don't really have any options on the bench, although, as Mr. Blue Skies points out, it is great to see Yusuf Chamiti making his first match involvement of the season. He's on the bench today. He's been in training for a few days. And also Nathan Never-Play-Patterson, the Scottish right back, is... what on earth was that? He's on the bench. Okay. What are we all thinking? What's your predictions? Poppy, what's your prediction for today's match? You're not sure? You don't know? Richo, 66, 2-1 Everton today. Really liking that one, Richo. 7:30. It's on in 15 minutes. This is a short one. I've got the man himself. I've got Cozza. I've got Corey with me. How you doing?
Cheers, lad. How are we, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm liking the setup.
Nice one. Thank you very much.
The only thing I've got... Where are you?
The only thing I've got Everton is obviously the thing in the background there, so I just thought I'll throw that in. So
I really like that. Aussie Chris, Poppy says a draw. I'll tell you something on the Merseyside derby. We did a little thing on Poppy's toy. Now Poppy's got a toy which has 3 different colours: grey, red, and blue. So I said, what did I press it a few times? I think I pressed it a few times and said to my missus, say when to stop on Poppy's toy. And whenever it stops on will be the result. And it was grey twice, which was a draw with 2 goals. And the third time I did it was blue. So Everton scoring last. How cryptic can you get? 2 greys, score draw, and a blue with Everton scoring last. How are you not impressed by that?
Do you know what? If that comes in, I hope you put a bet on, because if
that was the Liverpool derby. That was the derby.
Was it the derby? Was it? Well, I hope you've got it to do it again, and you put a bet on it.
I don't bet, but honestly, mate, Everton have been so predictable to bet on recently, particularly this season. I think now, I think there's a bit of. It's quite exciting to see what's going to happen in today's game. The result against Crystal Palace is now looking even better based on their recent results, and the result against Brighton as well, Corey, is looking like a really good couple of away wins. Can we do the same again today?
I certainly think so. I think Brentford are the kind of team where it can go either way, can't it? You can absolutely batter them, or they can pull it out the bag. So I think there's no discernible yes or no when it comes to Brentford. They really are that kind of team. And look, we're in that good of vein of form that we should really be turning up and at least getting a point, but ideally going there with the intentions to turning them over.
Who are the threats then for Brentford then? Wissa is in very good form. Obviously, they lost Ivan Toney in the summer. But who would you say is the danger man for Brentford?
The main one's Mbeumo, isn't it? I think Wiss is good. Wiss is a very good player, but Brian Mbeumo is very, very good.
And really, is he starting, Corey?
I believe he is. Yeah, he's on the right hand side of the 3. Wiss up front.
Okay. Up against Vitali.
Yeah, he's very good at arriving late in the box. He's got a good few number of goals this season out wide. He's got a good bit of pace as well. So we're hoping that Mykolenko can do what he usually does, and then players that like to cut into the box. Hello. Then players that cut into the box, he can shepherd them. He does really well, especially if they're not trying to get round the back of him and stretch him out.
They're all eagerly watching every single person. You've got a big audience here. You've got 2 cats, a baby, and Jazz. From Everton's perspective, then, are we playing low block? Are we going to try and stop Brentford getting in behind, or are we going to go and try and take the game to Brentford? And because I don't think I'll be honest, against United, I didn't really feel like we had a lot in the build-up play. Same against Palace. I felt we were very much looking for moments, for counter-attacks. And with the options we've got, Jack Harrison, Alcaraz, Lindstrom and Beto, look, we're on good form, but I still don't think that is an elite front four. We will have Beto's in really good form and Alcaraz is impressed, but no goals or assists all season for Lindstrom and Jack Harrison, to me, still says that we would do very well to get a result here through outscoring Brentford. Can we keep a clean sheet maybe today, Corey?
I think a possibility. I wouldn't bet on it. I'm talking about
Yeah.
betting again, but I wouldn't bet on it. But the opportunity is certainly there. We've got a strong team. Our defence is very, very strong. It was 2 set pieces that the United scored against us, and really, I think the back line can be. They were unlucky to concede 2 goals. The free kick's a free kick. Pickford should probably do better, but they've got that. And the defending for the second set piece, the free kick from Bruno that they scored from. Look, they got the ball out. You can't really account.
He was on the floor, Branthwaite, wasn't he?
Yeah, you can't really account for that goal that Ugarte's gone for, especially when you consider he shouldn't have really been on the pitch.
Yeah, good point there. I did watch the goals back. I think Pickford probably needs to anticipate that Bruno Fernandes is not going to do the same thing he did in the first free kick. And he is a creative player and clever. It's frustrating we conceded that, but it was pinpoint in the corner. The second one, Branthwaite is in a tussle. He's on the floor, and it's probably his man to defend. Ugarte's probably his man to stop. It's kind of in that area that he was in. So it's unlucky. We shouldn't have lost the game. We were the better team for 75 minutes. United didn't have a sniff. I think a lot of it comes from Doucouré's aggression and the way we lead. It was never a game to out technical someone. If that's not even a phrase, that doesn't exist. It was a game to outfight, to be physical, to be aggressive, to be nasty. In this particular match, I don't know what type of game it's going to be. Do you see it being end to end? Do you see it being cagey?
I see it being a bit more. I see it being a bit more end to end. So I don't think we're going to press like we did against United. We said in the pre-match and the preview that United are at their most vulnerable when you get them on the transition, and that's what we did. Both of our goals come from catching them and getting them on the transition. Brentford are a little bit different in that regards. They don't mind counter-attacking football, but they go for it. They go for it. So we won't. I don't think we'll push as high up as we did. I don't think we're going to do a low block. We'll probably do similar kind of medium block again. We will press at the right
medium
time,
rare.
not constantly. But Brentford have enough about them attacking-wise, especially considering that is where their strength lies, and that's what Thomas Frank likes to do. So I think we'll see an open game, fairly end-to-end. We will probably still play as narrow as we can and try and force Mbeumo to kind of run into the channels or run into nowhere, essentially. That's what we're probably going to try and do. Play narrow, probably a little less intensity with Alcaraz in instead of Doucouré as well.
Get the ball in behind for Beto. Is that the plan? Most of his goals are slipped in, basically.
That's always got to be the plan, I think.
Will he need to vary his finishing today? We've seen he kind of hits it low and close to the goalie. Do you think he needs to be mindful that goalkeepers will be studying what he's done in recent weeks and the types of finishes that he provides?
Not particularly. I think when you're one-on-one, it's very much a case of it's in the striker's favour. If you choose where you're going and you hit the ball well enough, which is what Beto's done, I think the advantage is much in your favour. If you do miss one, then we should be creating enough chances for him to have at least a second chance. If he misses one, then it's up to him to change it and go again. But no, I don't think he should be varying things too much, especially the previous game. Look, United, he was just in the right place at the right time. The poacher's instinct that you get from playing more and more games and having that confidence.
What are the options then on the bench? Then if the game goes on and we're struggling or we need to change it up, how would you see the substitutions going today?
I mean, Yusuf Chimiti's back on the bench. We know there's no Doucouré because his missus is having a baby. So congratulations. That's why he's not there. So I can see maybe Chimiti coming on for 5 minutes. Ashley Young, again, we know he'll probably come on for lunch from around about the 70-minute mark. And then
knowing Doucouré probably wants to play deep down. But,
apparently Moyes has said that it was Doucouré who asked can he be there for the birth of his child. So look, fair play to him. You know yourself being a father how important it is. So look.
Don't get me started on that conversation, mate. I had a wedding booked in the next day. There was no getting out of it.
So
Talk to me. Tell me what substitutions you expect to see. We haven't got long. Got 3 minutes.
Chimiti with 5-10 minutes to go. Tim Boonham around about 70 odd minutes, and Ashley Young around about 65-70 minutes. I could maybe see Nathan Patterson. He's on the bench now. I can maybe see him getting on the pitch as well. Ashley Young will probably go into midfield, and we can maybe go 5 at the back with Patterson on late on if need be. But we're still very thin on the ground. Martin Sheriff, I can't see him getting a game. If Chimiti's there, he'll go with Chimiti. So we're thin on the ground. There'll only be 2 or 3 subs at most.
Dyche wouldn't be putting Chimiti and Patterson even on the bench. He'd have them in the under-21s, you feel. But Moyes was always a manager who would throw, for example, Arteta in with a day's training, coming back from injury. And, if the player's good enough and he needs to use the options, he wants players to give you 110%, and he wants you to deliver even if you're not right, because, there's that level of commitment that previous David Moyes sides had. We're going to wrap things up in a moment, but would you take a draw here, Corey? Would you, or you want the win, or...
The draw is the minimum. So would I take a draw? Yes, as the bare minimum. It's a passing grade, but we don't want a passing grade. We want to go for it. We want a bit more. So
give me a C. Give me a C. Is a C a draw?
40% a passing grade at university. So that's a draw is 40%. We want at least 60, 70, and that's a win.
And what do you think the score will be then?
I'm going with 2-1 as well. I can see 2-1. I could even see 3-1 to the Blues. We're all feeling positive, aren't we?
Guitar player saying Corey's having a baby. Yes, we've just clarified that. Thank you so much. Come on, you Blues. Come on, you Blues. We'll be joining Chris later for the full-time whistle. It was 3:15 in the morning for Chris over in Australia now. Mark is saying 3-1 Brentford. I hope I am wrong. I think this game will be a bridge too far. We need to bounce back from that very disappointing match against United. And I do fear we won't, we're due a loss in all honesty, but we have to build momentum. If we want to go and get something from this season, we want to try and get 12th place as a bare minimum, which I think would be difficult in all honesty, given some of the results we've seen and some of the fixtures that are remaining. Then, we've got to go and get something good today. 3 points. What
I would say, mate, as well is we got, obviously, we gave it up. It was 70 minutes. We were the much better side compared to Manchester United. Moyes said that not only did Lindstrom come off because he was ill, but also there was multiple players in the squad who were ill, who were all over it. So maybe, whereas we were lacking from the 60th, 70th minute onwards, we'll have a bit more in the tank to go for it. Yeah, we've got a thin squad. Yeah, we are lacking. Yeah, we're probably desperate for this international break to get breaking some players back. But if the players that done so well for 60 minutes are up to that for 90 minutes this time, and they've not got illnesses, look, we've more than got it in us to beat Brentford.
I think the substitutions are going to be so important because we do seem to be fading 70, 80 minutes. Beto does seem to be blowing out his backside by 70 minutes, and we need fresh legs. So substitutions are going to be key. We need to get the game won. 2-0. Let's try and 2-0's never safe with us, so it doesn't even matter. But go on, let's go off and enjoy the game. Everton squad is thinner than my hairline currently, but hopefully there'll be some revival of that at some point in the future. Okay. Thanks, Corey, and thanks everyone for watching. Let's go and enjoy the game.
Up the Toffees.
Up the Toffees.